Welcome, friend. This is Zubair Altaf Qureshi, and welcome back to yet another lesson on my YouTube channel that is for F5. Okay, so now that you know about the F5 basic components like the nodes and the pool members and the pool and the virtual server, right? Why not let's go and configure the big IP F5. I mean, this will be in this video we'll be doing um, the initial configuration of the F5, and we will set up the IP address of the F5, and we'll do a basic connectivity testing from the server to the F5 and F5 to the external machine, right? And so again, like in my video I told you I'll be using a Linux here, but then the problem was that my license went off. I don't know why, so I had to connect it to my cloud and use it through my base machine, right? Base PC. So let it be like this. Okay, and this is my public network, so that's why it's in red. Okay, so let's go and connect to the CLI. Before that, let me just change the font of this window. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the font, change the font, and make it around, I mean, a little bit bigger, and let's keep it bold. Yeah, that would be fine, and you should be able to, I mean, have a look. So the okay, you can see here I have clearly mentioned the CLI and the GUI, like username password. CLI is root and password is default. We can go and change this, but I'll keep it like this only. And root default, default. And once you are inside, okay, once you're inside, you can uh, to configure the management interface, right? You can use the command that is called the config, right? When you press the config command, you'll get a wizard where you can, I mean, enter the management IP address, whatever you like. For in my case, I am having, I think we decided to have 100. Let's have 100. Okay. So I have already done something. Let me check this. If config is 0, yeah, I have done 110. So let's keep it 110, and that 100, right? I specified on the big IP. Let that be the floating IP address. Floating IP address is nothing but the it's like virtual IP. So it will be used when we will be doing the HA, right, high availability. And the IPs that we assign to the interfaces of the big IP appliance is called self IP. Okay, so yeah, that is one thing. And another thing that I want to tell you is if you want to restore, okay, so sometimes what happens, mostly in Eve, the uh, the big IP F5 appliance that you uh, import, right? It's already assigned with some settings, and also if you don't want that, you can go to the TMSH. This is called the TMOS shell. Okay, you can go to the TMOS shell, and from here you can I mean save the config, I mean restore, and to restore you say load, okay, and then sys, right, and then sys, wait a second, and then sys, and then if you press tab you have config and then default. So that means go to your default config, hit enter, and then you have to press yes, and then it will and then again you have to reboot. Okay, so that will restore it. Okay, in order to save you have the command of save. Okay, so you have to say save, then again sys, right, sys. You can press this tab key to get the, I mean, options, right, config, and that's it. You just press the enter button. So you have saved the config, system config. Okay, so that is that, and let's go and connect to the GUI, right? That is the 110. So I'll go here. I've already connected, but let's go again, refresh this page. Basically it has not initialized yet, I think. Yeah, it will take some time to initialize. Let's wait for the time being. Okay, let me just pause my video and I'll resume once I have the GUI, right? Okay, till the time this GUI comes up, let's go to this I mean routers and enable the HTTP and HTTPS services here. server 1, server 2, and we have the server 3. Nice. I have to also enable, configure the IP address for this, right? So first of all, I'll go here and change the settings and change the font to something like I have done to this, and also this one. Done. And now we have the server 2, right? This also needs to be changed, right? The font. Done. So let's go in here and press no. Let's go in here and press no. Let's go in here and press no. Okay. Server 1, server 2, server 3. So server 1, what we have planned is to have an IP address of 10.1.1.1, right? So yeah. Okay. Enable config t. First of all, host name is server 1, right? Yeah. And then I will say no IP domain hyphen lookup. Yeah, that is the one. uh, Exit, in case I type some command. Okay, now I will again go to the config and interface. I think it's E00. Yeah, E00. IP address is 10.1.1.1. Yeah, 255.255.255.0. No shut. Exit. IP HTTP server enable is the command, I think. Just this thing. Yeah, IP HTTP. Yeah, that is the command that enables both the services, I think. Yeah, because I don't have any IP HTTP secure server, is it? Yeah, it is there. Okay, secure server enable. Or I thought like that is the case in ASA, I think. Okay, now done. Write this, and likewise we'll do the same on server 2 and server 3. Enable config t interface ethernet 0 slash. Okay, before that, no IP domain lookup interface ethernet 0 slash 0. This is my server 3, so this would be 10.1.1.3, I guess. Yeah, server 3, and IP address 10.1.1.3.255.255.255.0. no shared. Exit. IP HTTP server, right? Yeah, IP HTTP secure, uh, secure server, right? This is done, and right. So 3 is done, 1 is done. Now we have to do the second server, right? Likewise, enable config t hostname server 2 interface ethernet 0 slash 0. IP address 10.1.1.2.255.255.255.0. So that is my IP address. What happened? Okay, dot is missing. Enter. No shut. Oh, what's happening? No shut. Exit. No IP domain, and then look up. Look up like this. Okay, now IP is HTTP server, then IP HTTP secure server, right? And right. So now we have all the 3 servers up and configured, right? Basically they can speak to each other, right? If I go to my server 1 and ping server show IP interface B first, and yeah, so I can ping my 10.1.1.2 server. Should be pingable, yeah, and I can also ping 3 servers. So basically the first ping is dropped because of the okay, fine. Now let's go to the GUI here, right? It's loaded, and the GUI username is admin, password is admin. Login, yeah. Wait for a couple of minutes, and you'll get the setup utility. Once you have, I mean, Okay, I cannot see the license. Okay, it's there. The license is not open. Okay, anyways, let's go and configure the next button. And okay, I need to configure the license. So you guys have seen the licensing part. I'll quickly go through this and resume. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, the licensing part has been done. Now you will come up with this setup utility wizard. You have to click next in here, and then this is the the licensing part where you see the active modules. You have click next here also, and wait for the next resource provisioning, right? So here you see the yellow ones are the licenses that you have with the evaluation license from F5, right? And the one that I have enabled is the LTM, right? And the provisioning for resource is nominal. It's like a balanced one, right? So hit next here, and then next would be the device certificate. So here you can import the certificate of the device, or you can just renew, change, or even export, right? So uh, okay, you have renew, import and next. So if I import, I will not get that then install to my browser, to my machine, I will not get that warning, right? So that is next. And this one is for your management interface. So if you want to change the management IP, you can do it here. I will keep the same. I have to give the host name, and this should be fully qualified domain name, FQDN, right? And then yeah, you have to change the password. So for root, I have default, so I'll change it to admin123, and again enter the same. And for admin also, I'll keep admin123. Okay, so you have to change the password here and then click next. Okay, since I've changed, okay, so I'll be logged out and I have to log in with the new password that I have just entered, right? That is admin123 for me. You guys can keep it according to your choice, right? So let's wait for the window to log me out and I'll log in back. Mm, okay guys, now the F5 is again asking me to log in back with the new credentials. So this is the one, admin123. Back to the same point where I left. mm, it would be the network part. This is what I want. So what I will do is we'll set up all these interfaces, E11, E12, and there's one interface E13 that will be connected to the other F5. That will be used for the HA, high availability, right? And then I will test the connectivity from the servers and from the external Linux box, right? So hit next here. Redundancy, this is for the high availability and for your config sync. What is high availability and what is config sync? Config sync, high availability is the interface where the the hellos, right? The keep alive will be going on. And config sync, you can specify this as an internal interface also, as well as the external interface. This is nothing but to sync the configurations on the but whatever config you change, right, on your primary F5 box, right, it will be sent to the secondary as well. So that is done through that interface. So you can select that interface. I'll be keeping the HA for both. Okay, the HA interface will be also the config sync interface as well as the HA. And this is the self IP, but this is for the internal network. So internal network is this one. So this is my 10.10.1.1.110, right? So this is my 10.1.1.1.1 10, yeah. So net mask is /24 and address, this is a floating IP that I said, right? The floating IP is nothing but the virtual IP that will be used by the active box while you are in a HAPR, right? So next is the VLAN, and this is I think 1.2, yeah, internals 1.2, and this should be untagged. Tagged is the the trunk, right? Untagged is the access port, and hit next. Next it will ask me probably for the external network. Okay, then the external for us is this one, 192.100.110 would be this one, and 111 later on when we configure the secondary box. But I'll be working with the primary box for now, only one box. Okay. So let's wait for a while until this comes up, the external network configuration. uh, okay, I'll pause the video and resume. Okay, now this is the external. This is 192.100.1110, right? This is the external. Okay, happens sometime. The connectivity refreshes. Okay, done. And this is /24 default gateway. I don't need. Floating IP is .100, and this is 1/1, I guess. Yeah, 1/1. Yeah, correct. 1/1, and this should be untagged and add and next. So I'm making this as a L3 interface, right? You can have it as an L2 also, enable tracking. Let's see. Okay, let's wait for the next one. This should be the HA is my 172.16.110/25, and this is 1.3 untagged add and next. So my HA is done now. Next probably would be the NTP. You can see here NTP DNS config sync. So I don't want to do much with these things, so I'll keep it as default. Except this config sync, I'll select HA failover. I'll select HA, and that's it. That's the initial configuration that we want to do on the FI box, right? So let's wait for this to go to the next option. That is the NTP. Yeah, NTP is there. I'll just hit next. Then it comes the DNS. I'll just hit next, and then comes the config sync, right? Config sync I should keep as the HA. That's what I've decided. So yeah, let's wait a while. Okay, this is the config sync. Now I'll keep this as the HA. Here you can specify internal and external, so that config synchronization can either be done through the internal network as well as through the external network, but I'll be doing on the HA. So hit next, and also failover would be, you can also have a backup link, but that will not be through the external. I think, yeah, it will be only through the internal option. Let's see, I don't remember as of now. Yeah, you have the I mean this is your what, HA, this is your management. Okay, so I will keep only HA. Hit next, and this is the unicast configuration. So the traffic will be unicast for the failover, right? The hellos, keep alive, whatever you want to say. Next is the mirroring. I'll not do anything. Default HA, and next I will hit for the active standby pair. I'll hit finish because I don't want to do the active standby pair as of now. So yeah, that is done. Now you can go to the network and check the yours IPs, right? So here you can see all the IPs that you configured, the floating as well as the self IPs. 100 is the floating IP, this one and this one, and these are the self IPs. Self IPs means the IPs of the F5 itself, right? The interface. So let's go on to the server 2, right? I will ping from here to the internal IP of the F5. So yeah, that is successful. From server 1 also I can do this, ping 10.1.1.110, right? That is also successful. So obviously it will be successful from the okay, which one is there? 1, 2 and 3. Yeah, so 3 will also be able to ping, right? If I ping from 10.1.1.110, so this is also successful. Yeah, so I'll just minimize this. Okay, let me just do one thing. I want to change this font, right? Let's keep this 16. Apply. Yeah, that is fine now. So let me do this again. Yeah, this ping. So this is successful, right? You can see. So now let's go to the Linux box and do a ping to the outside interface, right? Outside interface of the external interface of the let's check first what is the IP of my box. I don't have an IP address, so I need to assign this with an 120, right? On the outside 192.120 192.100. or 120. That is the, and let's keep the mm, F5 as the gateway for this. Not necessary, but yeah, let's just keep it like that. And now if I ping from here to 192.100.1110, that is the external interface E11 of my F5, and I'm able to ping. So this was the basic initialization of the F5, wherein we did the configuration on the interfaces, right? We actually assigned big IP F5 the IP addresses on the interfaces, that is 1.1, 1.2, and the 1.3, that is respectively the external, internal, and the AJ, right? So yeah, that's it for this video, guys, and stay connected with me. We will be like creating the objects for nodes, pool members, and virtual server in my next video. So yeah, have a great time, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed till now, and please share my channel, like my videos as much as possible. Yeah, till then, bye bye.